I've tested every single drop spot from the smallest, most uncontested POIs to the biggest, most contested spots on the map to put together my list of the 5 best drop spots in the whole of Chapter 6 to hit and real rank as quick as possible, including a spot that even has a secret vault inside of it. For this to be fair though, I'm going to break down each drop spot on a few things and rate them out of 5. Players, we preferably want between 1 to 2 players at each drop spot, allowing some easy off spawn kills, but we don't want the player skill to be too high. So the next thing we're going to be ranking it on is player skill. The dronier the players that land there, the better for us. Loot, this is based off how many chests as well as what loot I personally had come out of the spot with. And the final one on this list, rotates. What car spawns are there as well as the position of the POI will all be taken into account. Starting off strong with our number 5 spot. We have this house just above Pump Power. Despite its small size, don't underestimate this spot as it has 16 chests, one of them even being an elemental chest, allowing you to get a boon straight away. You do tend to get contested from anywhere between 0 to 2 players, but most of the time you will be uncon here. It mainly just depends on the bus route though. From my experience, the players that land here are usually really bad, so you should be able to take them out without much bother. It also has a guaranteed slurp truck spawn, meaning no need to pop any shields, which I personally like to land on to get that 100 shield straight away. This is a really compact area, making it ideal for players with really strong, good close range aim, who don't mind taking a 50-50 fight, even if that means starting your first fight with just an AR or an SMG. You'll also find this brick farm that is really good brick, which will allow you to get cat brick every single game. And when it comes to rotates, there are 2 motorbike spawns as well as 1 car spawn, allowing you to either rotate towards the gas station for metal, or my recommendation is to rotate to the sprite spawn just in front and grab him and return him for your second boon. When it comes to rating martial maneuvers, in regards to players, there was only 1 or 2 games out of the 5 I was actually contested here, which is not ideal for our 1 to 2 mark. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to rate players a 3 out of 5. For player skill, that is a 100% 5 stars. I just literally killed drones that landed there. Loot here is mainly blue, so unfortunately it is just bang on average, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. And rotates, despite the spawns, I will also give a 3 because it's on the edge of the map and it's just not ideal, giving this place a final rating of a 14 out of 20. At the number 4 spot, we have my favourite POI in the whole game, and this is Canyon Crossing. Out of all the POIs I've dropped at, this is by far my favourite one this season. Coming in with additional 14 chests from our last spot, this does tend to get contested from anywhere between 1 to 2 players, which for a spot that has 30 chests, this is actually really good. The buildings are quite close together, making it perfect for anyone that's a good box fighter or just all-round good shotgun aim. The actual location does knock this place down a little bit for me. It's definitely not in the best position, but with cars for rotate, it's not really too much of a problem. When looting this spot, there are 2 sides. You have the back side of the POI and the front side. Based off where you land, it's purely based off your playstyle. If you're a good fighter who can fight on very minimal loot and likes to take out the enemies at your POI as quick as possible, then land at the backside. I recommend you land at this building here, as it actually has a guaranteed elemental chest inside, which could allow you to potentially get some great loot right off the bat and one of the boons. This side only has 12 chests compared to the other side's 18, so the goal of this side is to get as much loot as quick as possible and W key them as soon as you can. The longer you wait it out, the more loot they're gonna have. If you're not so good at W keying, or you like to get a little bit more loot before going into fights off spawn, then land on the other side. Loot every chest, and this will give you a big loot advantage over the guy on the other side, allowing you to take them out. Rating Canyon Crossing, it does tend to have at least 1 to 2 players, which is the perfect amount, so I'll give that a 5 out of 5. Player skill, the players can get a little bit sweaty, so I'm only going to give it a 3. Loot here actually was worse than the other spot when I was landing here, but I think I was probably just being unlucky because with how many chests and stuff there is, I definitely probably shouldn't have been walking out with loot like this. So I will give that a 4 out of 5. And rotate is where unfortunately it's getting marked down. Even though it does have the car spawns, I just don't really like the positioning of it too much. so that will be getting a 3 out of 5, giving this a final rating of a 15 out of 20. That now brings me onto my personal favourite drop spot where I have been landing this season. So let's just call it Taven Tunnel. Found just to the right of Canyon Crossing, you'll find the best uncontested drop spot in the whole of Fortnite. This place guarantees you 2 boons and is literally just a hidden tunnel in a mountain. It's perfect for anyone that's looking for an uncontested drop spot that's going to be stacked with loot, but also wants it to be close to other POIs to allow you to TavenUK without having that big 50-50 off spawn, which I have loved, especially going towards them higher ranks in Fortnite. The spot has a total of 18 chests, 14 slurp barrels and an elemental chest inside. And to loot it, I recommend you land on the chest spawn and the floor spawn on the entrance of the tunnel, as this will give you the high ground if anyone lands on the bridge, and also allows you to potentially get a few picks to anyone still landing in Canyon Crossing. If nothing spawns there though, just land on the floor spawn or the chest on the bridge. It's very unlikely that you won't get anything spawn at all. Then head in and use the grind rail. If you're lucky, there'll be a chest on your way. If not, just carry on till you find this door on your left. Inside, you'll find 1 chest spawn, 2 floor spawns, as well as our first 3 slurp barrel. After grabbing that loot, hop back onto the grind rail again and you will come to the center of the tunnel. The central tunnel area has 3 chest spawns, as well as a ton of metal. After going around and looting that up, open the big red door and hidden on your right side, you will see the elemental chest. You'll also find an additional 2 chests inside this room and a further 3 slurp barrels. From here, you want to go back into the middle area, hop in the car to the sprit spawn, found just at the end of the tunnel, pick him up and take him home to receive your second boon. Then from here, you can literally head wherever you want. I personally like to rotate into Mass Meadows, but go wherever you want. Rating Taven Tunnel, it is usually uncontested, but recently I've been landed there and it's getting quite a bit of attraction. So players would have been a 3, but I'm actually going to have to bump it up to a 4 out of 5. In regards to player skill, they're not usually the best players in the world, so I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. Loot here is usually good, but when recording this, it seems I got a bit unlucky, so in that case, I'll just give it a 3 out of 5. And rotate, I'm going to have to give that a 5 out of 5, giving it a final rating of 16 out of 20. That now brings me onto my last 2 spots, and I've saved the best 2 most hidden spots to last, as they actually both have vault spawn. This first spot has this vault room, which has 2 special chests, a rare chest, and a guaranteed katana. To get there, land at any of the 3 sprite spawns found just around magic mosses. Each one of them will have some sort of chest spawn as well as floor spawns to grab as you land, so make sure to grab them just so you have some loot. Then you want to go over to the statue and scan it, as this will show you where all the sprites are. Find where the nearest one is, run over to him, pick him up, as you won't actually be let inside of the vault without having a sprite in your inventory. Now you got him, head to the middle of magic mosses to this building here, dead in the center. When you get there, mine this wooden floor down 2 times and it will actually drop you into a hidden cave room. In here, you'll find 5 chest spawns, 6 slurp barrels, and if that's not a good enough secret alone, there is one even better than that. If you walk into the middle of the 2 tortoise statues for your sprite, it will open the secret vault. Walk through, grab the chest that spawns there, and mine the big rock to find the hidden vault with the 2 special chests, the rare chest, and the 3 slurp barrels with the guaranteed katana. In regards to players, you probably won't get contested at the sprite spawn, but there's usually at least 1 to 2 players to kill in magic mosses, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Player skill from my experience does tend to be quite mixed here, but overall the players don't seem too good, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Loot has got to be a 5 for sure with the vault, and rotates are actually not that great, but there's 3 guaranteed trail smasher spawns, so I'll give it a 4. Giving this place a total of 17 out of 20. But if that spot's not quite good enough for you, our number 1 spot takes it up to another level. This is another vault, but this vault room has 4 rare chests instead of 1, as well as 2 elemental chests and a katana spawn to open. To be able to get the card to open the vault though, you want to land at this spot here, just above Nightshift Forest. As you land, you'll see 2 chest spawns as well as 2 floor spawns to loot. Pick them up just in case you're contested and kill any other players that land with you. After grabbing the loot, run over to one of the sprites that are scattered all over this spot. Pick one up and get the sprite and head back to the bush ranger NPC and give her the sprite. In return, she will actually give you the vault keycard, which we will use to open up the vault. Just keep in mind though, this spot does have the high spawn rate, but the actual bush ranger NPC does have 3 spawns, so she might not always be there, in which case you'll have to check these 3 locations to find her. When you equip the keycard, you will see it doesn't show you where the vault is. So to find the vault, head to this building here found at the front of Nightshift Forest. You then want to come down these stairs here and put the keycard in, and it will unlock this vault with 4 rare chests, 2 elemental chests, 10 slurp barrels, and it will stack you up for the whole game. Hardly anyone knows about this vault, as there's been so many times I've been in ranked games and I'm literally halfway through and the vault is still shut. And I've landed at a completely different spot and still got all the loot. So I doubt you'll even get contested much doing this, actually making it a bit broken for rank. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy any of the spots on this list, please comment down below which one you're going to try out, and I will respond to every single comment. Make sure to subscribe for more content just like this.